Jumpin' Jehoshaphat's. We got a platoon of 3 BZ-75s. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Looks like we're going to be sharing bugs. How you guys doing? Welcome back. Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic. You get the reference? No? Surprise, surprise, surprise. Should I put the baseball cap on? Hey, you Americans should know who that is. People from Europe, maybe not. This is a stupid video today because we're featuring the stupid tank with the stupid, NASA, Chinese NASA rocket boosters. They're just only look at that, only the right rocket boosters going. Now look, only that one. Rocket boost yourself up to the hill, because that makes sense. Shall we stop the video here? Was it stupid enough already? Shall we feature a different video game? Was it ridiculously stupid enough already that a Chinese heavy tank rocket launches itself onto the top of the hill in mines from the south spawn, beating all the other tanks? Was it dumb enough? Wargaming, is your game dumb enough for me to just stop now? And the enemy voices. Put some enemy voices and a 1-2-1 that's stupid enough to not realize that this guy wanted to shoot his gun while he was just sitting there. There you go. So how much damage do you think this guy's going to do? That move, that's it. That's all you need to see. He won the hill. And when you win the hill, you win the game. If you win the hill from the south spawn, you've won the game, basically. Simple as that. If you win the hill from the north spawn, you might or you might not win the game. So, GG, buddy. Your Chinese rocket booster won the game. So there you go. the E50 traded. Sorry, I got a little bit of a cough today. Yeah, so stupid. So speaking of stupid, I was just talking. I went and had lunch with a buddy of mine who's a contractor. He builds things. That's how I have all my knowledge of contracting things, right? I've worked on stuff with him, and I like to get my hands dirty and do the handyman stuff. But anyway, this guy is he is a kind of a small job contractor. Hey, wait! You're dead! So he does little jobs and coordinates. You know what a contractor does, right? He coordinates the trades. So he's doing this one job where they were replacing the flooring in some house. He was telling me this. It's funny and it's got a Russian twist. They're going to replace the hardwood flooring in this house. But it's a bit of a weird house because the house has, what is it called? Hydro something heating system, which is, for those of you who don't know, is they run water pipes in the subfloor that are connected to your hot water heater, and so hot water in floor heating, and then he has hardwood on top of the subfloor that's under. It's weird. It's like under the pipes go under the subfloor and the insulation under them, so the hot water radiates the heat up, and then it's supposed to have hardwood on top. So he realized, looking at this, the subfloor is that thick and there's all these water things. He didn't want to get guys in there nailing hardwood on there because they might poke the in-floor water heating. So he said, we decided to use a floating floor. Are you bored? It gets funnier. They decided to use a floating floor. They just put like a blue thing on there, and then they put this tongue and groove, and they hammer it in with rubber mallets, and it all gets in there, put in there like a puzzle without any nails. So they all agree that stuff, and then, anyways, the project's going on, and the boards are delivered, and then the crew that's going to install the floor shows up. There's like 3 or 4 of them, and he goes to check in the morning, and he's going, yeah, telling him so this area that the floors go like this. Check the right material and everything. He says, looks good. You know, have a good day, guys. We'll check in with you at the end of the day, see how much you've done. And in the middle of the day, he gets a call that says there's a problem. The basement's full of water. It's leaking. We can't turn it off. It's a disaster. We don't know what's going on. You better come here quick. And get the rocket boosters going. So he goes there. And of course, one of the water pipes has been punctured by a nail, and the water's spewing out, coming down into the basement. It's flooding the basement. Stupid enough that they don't know how to turn the water off because the shutoff was somewhere they couldn't figure. So he figured it all out. He stopped the water. Anyways, tens of thousands of dollars of damages. Irate homeowner, just a shit show. Lawsuits, maybe. Insurance has to get involved. But he's figuring the insurance probably won't pay. Because what happened was one of the installers, a Russian guy, we'll call him Boris. I don't know what his real name is, but... And he has a sign in front of the house that says, no nails. Floating floor, beware hydrovac heating system or something. Well, Boris didn't understand what hydro something heating system meant. So Boris, when he showed up to work in the morning, at the beginning of the day, he's a new guy, I guess, that's going to help put in the floor. He thought it would be a good idea to nail his lunchbox to the floor in the corner. And not nail his... He has a metal lunchbox, and then he got it has a strap on it, like a metal strap, and he nailed it into the floor. And then they started working. Little did they know that his nail hit one of the pipes, and it started leaking, just a nail hole. It's leaking a little bit, but they didn't notice it very much. And then lunch came, and they're all going to eat lunch, and they're going to sit around. They all have brought their lunch, and Boris goes to the corner, he pulls the nail out, and opens his lunchbox, and one of the guys says, "What's wrong with you? Why are you nailing your lunchbox to the floor?" And Boris says something like, "Well, you think Boris stupid? Of course, nail lunchbox. You steal food. I nail lunchbox, my food. You don't touch Boris' food." You think Boris stupid? Just leave lunchbox? You come steal food? No. So anyways, they just thought, what an idiot. Who's going to steal your fucking food? Well, Boris did not want his food to be stolen, so he nailed his lunchbox to the floor. And, they worked from 8 o'clock till noon, and then he pulled the nail out, and they were eating. And once he ate his lunch, and his lunchbox was empty, he didn't nail it back into the floor. Then they get back to work. But after another hour and a half of work, they started hearing a noise. I guess they were installing the boards, and they were getting close to where Boris's lunchbox was in the corner. And they started hearing... And then one of the guys said, "Well, just wandered downstairs." And the whole fucking place was flooding. Because I guess when he pulled the nail out, at first it was probably leaking a little bit, but when he pulled the nail out, it was coming. So this is the story he told me. You want to steal food? You think Boris stupid? Leave lunchbox? And you can eat food? You eat Boris food? No. I nail shut. You steal. Safety, please. No explosion. So Boris nailed a nail into the floor, because I guess the pipes are right up. They pulled the old floor out. It's just the subfloor, and then the pipes. There's only a half-inch of plywood or something, right? Or whatever it's made out of. It's not concrete. It's wood, which is weird. So the guy's thinking, what do I tell the insurance company? I can't tell him Boris nailed his lunchbox to the floor and that caused the leak. Then, they're going to say, I'm sorry, but you're too stupid for us to... We're not paying because you're stupid, right? That's probably... So he fired Boris. That was Boris's first day on the job. But Boris isn't going to pay. Boris eat food. Lunch was good. What do you want? Papadanya for you. Oh, wait, hey, what happened? He teleported himself off the hill. Guys, we were watching this guy, and he teleported himself off the hill, and now he's engaged his rocket booster. Oh, no, wait, this is his platoon mate. Who's rocket boosted himself into a rock. I think what happened there at the end was he got killed, and he immediately switched to his teammate's view, and we got to see him jet propel himself into a rock. It must have been like Boris driving the second tank. But what? C. Kudrut, WTF from the Haku clan. I missed the game. I'm sorry, I was laughing at my story. But he got 11,788 damage. And no one gives a shit because, it's a stupid tank that... Why is it even in the game? Chinese. But hey, this is a World of Tanks channel. So we had to watch a World of Tanks battle while I told you the story. We're going to watch another one now. So anyways, what my buddy was telling me, other than the funny story and the shit show that he's in now, because he has to replace the whole basement in this house, was there's a shortage of good skilled workers. He's having trouble hiring people that know what the hell's going on. And, he says, who knew that Boris was going to do that? Did you know? Did you know that Boris was going to do that? No. And just... And if I had thought about how I was going to tie these two stories and two games together, I would have realized that we're not watching the Jew New, we're watching the Jew 2. Jew 2 were fooled, right? Jew New, I screwed up. I screwed up the commentary because if this was a Jew New, the stories would have blended together and you would have said, haha, that was funny. But Jew didn't know. Jew 2. I like to say Jew 2 and Jew New. That's why we're watching this. And it's not a Jew 2. It's a Jew 2. Weird names, right? At least this one doesn't have the rocket boosting. Okay. Jew 2. Jew 2 can take hit. Jew 2? Oh! Jew 2 can aim. So there's a shortage of skilled workers, apparently. Apparently that's... Oh! Guys, I'm dying again. I've got a nagging cough. And it must be just me sitting by this computer continuously, right? Instead of going out and enjoying myself in the great outdoors and doing exercise. Man, I've been doing lots of exercise. I've been in the gym. The weather's getting better. I'm walking the dog. Jeez. Just something a little... Anyway. Maybe they poisoned me at the restaurant. Oh, bitch. Well, I'm not going to say it was an Asian restaurant. It was. We went for noodles, which ties into the Jew too. But that I don't think they poisoned me. I think if they poisoned me at the restaurant, I would be burping out of a different orifice rather than just coughing. So I do kind of look like I'm a little not 100%. I'm not 100% today, guys. I'll have you know. But that was a funny story, and it was a funny lunch with my friend. And finally, Jew 2 can take it. Tiger P is doing that's called the absolutely stupidest way of side scraping maneuver. He's illustrating how you can not side scrape. That's how you do it, you see? You turn your tank at a 45-degree angle. Like that. There you go. That's Boris driving the Tiger P. And he's probably thinking, I don't like this Tiger P. I'm top tier, for Christ's sakes. The Tiger P is the top tier. The top tier heavy tank on his team, guys. I'm the top tier heavy tank on my team. I've lost all my HP. What do I do now? Grab him. Put him in the bag. I can't. He's got too many legs. Now the Tog on his team is making it as difficult as possible for him to shoot and hit the enemy. The Tog is trying to protect the other Tiger P by doing the 45-degree side scraping maneuver in reverse. Why are we watching this? First we have tank with stupid rocket booster. Now we have tanks driven by simpletons. What is this? This guy has got a dead radio operator, but he's not healing him because he's probably thinking it's too expensive. He's got the large repair kit and the large med kit, right, guys? So that costs 20,000 credits, and he's thinking, I just got hit once, and they killed my stupid radio operator. I'm healing the fucking radio operator. You can sit there in the tank dead for all I care. Like, who the fuck needs you? It's not like he's got to radio anyone. The map is the size of a postage stamp. He still sees all his teammates on the map. They're not like missing or anything. No, oh, look at this.
Great shot.
Great Scott! Shot. I know he said great shot, but I said great Scott. Great Scott! Woo! Hi, caramba! Did you see that? Jew too could bounce shells like that if you play this tank. Here comes the ARL-44 to give it to you up the ass, but he hesitates at the corner and does not want to give it to you up the ass. Which tells you something about the ARL-44. He drove all that way, and then he stopped. Boom! And the SU-152 fired HE. Yeah, just HE. He didn't fire the 250 pen 700 alpha heat. If you play the SU-152, you gotta spam the heat. You gotta spam the heat like a mofo, right? Otherwise, what's the point? You're immobilized. Get your radio operator out there to repair things. This guy's not using his repair kit. He's not using his... He wants to make credits. And he's losing. You cheap bastard. Wargaming has said, you are a cheap bastard. Why do you not use your large repair kit and large first aid kit and spend credits? Maybe your RNG would be improved, no? Boris improve. You take Boris lunch pill? Eat food? I stop you, I nail. Is on grounds that you cannot take. Boris lunch. I leave on floor you eat. No. Destroyed someone's house. The guy shows up. He said he had a lot of experience, the guy told me. He says, yeah, he's been working on flooring crews all over the world. He's got a lot of experience. Just showed up in the city. Needed a job. Had his own hammer. He had his own hammer, right? So he thought, well, we'll give him a shot. The first job he does is the job he does not need a hammer. Like, if anything, on that first particular job, no hammer. We need a rubber mallet. In Russia, we do not use rubber mallets. We use hammer. Yeah. So he had his own hammer and he used it. Which is, the moral of the story is, when you have a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Right? You can't be so pig-headed. you have to try and think out of the box, right? Because if you're a hammer, you will nail things. Bum, 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 bum. Right? If you're icing sugar, you will sprinkle yourself on a cake. It's just the way it is. So Boris had a hammer, and Boris nailed a nail, and Boris lost his job. And the poor people that live in that house, though, what does he say to them? Well, we hired this guy from Russia. His name's Boris. And let's just say Boris had a hammer. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. I'd hammer in the evening. I'd hammer all day long. And let's just end this. There you go. Thank God. Stara moo, can you do the bandango? And let's see if you made credits. So one, see? You don't use your stuff. Auto resupply consumables 0. As opposed to the BZ75 that lost a shit ton of credits because he spammed heat like a mofo. Let me know in the comment section what you think of Boris. True story. I thought it was funny. My friend, on the other hand, is dealing with cleaning up the mess, shall we say. He's the subcontractor and he's responsible, so he's trying to get the flooring installers to pay, and it's a shit show now. And meanwhile, Boris, he's the fuck out of there. You know, who knows where he is. I'll catch you guys on the next one.